Hi, good people. Thank you so much. This is yet another podcast, and today we are going to talk about demonstrations. Basically, last week, it was a week that people have just been demonstrating. We've had protests in towns, and people even broke into parliament. And except the fact that the president didn't sign the finance bill, people had vowed to actually break into State House. Well, that aside, before we actually move to demonstration, we would like to know what is a demonstration. And basically, we can say a demonstration is a public display of group feelings towards a person or a cause. Still, we can say a demonstration is an event in which a group of people march or stand together to show that they disagree with or support something or someone. I hope we're together until hapo. So basically, it's just the public, or rather a group of people, they march because they're trying to disagree with something. Like I had earlier said, the finance bill. And some people are not agreeing to some of the things that were there. Also, we have different types of demonstration apart like from those ones whereby people are against the government and probably some of the laws and sets of like those bills the government is putting in place and people don't support them. We also have different types of demonstration. You can demonstrate for like a cause. Let's say like I hope we all remember the Black Lives Matters in US, whereby there was this guy called George Floyd, and he was screaming he couldn't breathe because the police found him, they were kind of choking. They stepped on his neck and all that. I believe we watched that video, and there were these demonstrations that happened basically to support that cause because they felt like because the police had stepped on that man, they were white and the guy was black. So they were like, we should stop racism, and whether a person is black, their lives also matter as much as it is a white person. So basically, they're just supporting that cause, or rather, we've had people where maybe they were murdered unfairly and people just walk to the streets to demonstrate against, or maybe they don't want to support, or rather they're disagreeing with extrajudicial killing. So and you're going to see even NGOs and civil society support all that. Okay, so now we actually know what is a demonstration and why do people do demonstrations. Now, what does the Constitution say about demonstration? And why I'm bringing the aspect of Constitution is because for the protests, especially the ones for last week, we saw people even break into supermarkets and they started stealing other people's property. What does the law say on the same? And what does the law talk about when we say about demonstration? And this is what the Constitution of Kenya says in Chapter 4. Chapter 4, the one that is famous for Bill of Rights. So in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya, Article 37, it says, and I read, every person has the right, peaceably and unarmed, to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. So basically, from what we are getting, it is the right of everyone to demonstrate basically as long as they do it peacefully. Yes, because it has said peaceably and unarmed. So basically, what means you walk peacefully, you demonstrate peacefully, and armed basically means you don't have like guns, you don't have. We've seen people throwing stones at police. Those are, we can say, like they're armed, because why are they throwing the stones? Is that how it's really supposed to be done? No. You're supposed to do it peacefully. As we understand, this country is ruled by the rule of law, and the Constitution of Kenya is the supreme law in the country. And if that is what it says, peaceably and unarmed, where does the law stand when people start breaking into other people's property and they steal? When people start throwing stones at police officers, when people start insulting police officers, we have these organizations in government that their duty is for security and law enforcement. Basically, just make sure that the law is followed to the letter and for providing security. One, of course, the people who are demonstrating, they're supposed to be safe. So, we will have police. But basically, when the police are there, they're not there to beat the demonstrators because those people are exercising their right. They're there to make sure that there's peace between them and between the other people who are doing their businesses. Yes? So I believe that is where the police come in. But now, when people start breaking other people's property, when people start throwing stones at police officers, is that really peace? When people break into other people's property, that is stealing, and stealing is wrong. So, I believe that for as long as people want to demonstrate and they want to make their voice heard, then they have to do it as per the Constitution and what it says. Actually, before they actually think of demonstrating, they can use their representatives whom they've chosen. Let's say, like in parliament, we have our members of parliament, yeah? And these people, they were chosen by people to just go out there and be their representative in parliament. So a demonstration will come in whereby they feel these people are not representing us. These people, they're just serving their interests. They're not serving our interest, of which that is not how it's supposed to be. And now, at that point, they have to make their voice heard, but now peacefully and unarmed. And that's why we saw the police throwing tear gas at people, dispersing them, because there's no way you're out there, you're demonstrating, which is supposed to be peaceful and unarmed, but at the same time, people are just breaking into other people's property and stealing. That ceases to be a demonstration whereby you want your voice to be heard and starts being criminal activities, basically. Yes? Thank you very much.